what? My stall is officially broken. I am so happy. I was starting to get a little discouraged there for a second, but my stall has officially broken. I am officially down over 71 pounds, and my mind is like, I'm just so incredibly thankful, and I'm almost positive that what is broken my stall is the fact that I've been walking every day again. I've been either walking with the kids that I nanny for and walking my dog in the evening, or I've been walking my dog like twice a day, and not even far. I'm talking like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, 35 minutes at most each time. And that seems to be what has done it. And I don't think that it's fat that I'm losing. I think it's like bloat, because like I even feel like my face doesn't look as like puffy. So I think it was just maybe water weight and bloat that is now gone. So I'm very relieved. And walking is definitely, I'm gonna continue doing it because it's so underrated and like good for you. And it's helping obviously so much. I don't know why I stopped, to be honest with you, like when I was doing it consistently. And that kind of makes sense, because when I was doing it consistently, I was consistently dropping some weight. Not a lot, but just enough to keep it moving. And now, you know, I stopped for the last few months and my weight has kind of sat. It's gone up and down between, you know, 3 to 3.5 pounds for the last month. And I think now that I'm just moving again and walking around and, you know, getting things, I don't know, maybe toxins out of my body or whatever, it's working. So I'm so happy. I did try to come up with a different type of like meal plan for this week, because I've been eating about the same thing now for like months and months. The only thing that really has changed though is my lunch, and it hasn't even changed that drastically. But so this week I am going to be doing 2 hard-boiled eggs, a cheese stick, and an apple, like I always do, with a little bit of salt on the eggs. And then for lunch, I'm going to be doing a grilled chicken salad. I've just been obsessed with red onion lately, the last like a few months. You guys have seen it in my steak salad videos. I just love red onion. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a nice like grilled chicken salad every day with a bunch of red onion, tomatoes, obviously my grilled chicken, and like nice crisp iceberg lettuce mixed with a little bit of arugula. I'm kind of weird. I used to be a huge dressing person, but now I kind of feel like I don't need the dressing, because the chicken is so, and I know a lot of people don't like this word, moist, that it kind of just like gives it what it needs. And because I pre-packed my lunch the night before with the like cheese sitting on top of everything, it already makes it moist. Sorry. And yeah, so I cut out the I guess calories and everything else, because I don't use the dressing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love me some dressing. I love ranch, love buttermilk ranch. So like sometimes I will, like for when I do my salads from Chick-fil-A, you best believe I'm putting that herb ranch on there because it's so good. But you know, if I don't need it, then I'd rather not have it. And with those salads, I don't need it. So I do that. And then I bring a P3, which is almonds, ham, I believe, and Colby Jack cheese. And then that's what I bring with me to work. Now, my plan is to start waking up in the mornings and bringing my dog for our normal loop. That loop usually takes me about, well, depending on Hunter, really, depending on how many times he stops to sniff, takes me about 15 minutes or so. And I figured I'll wake up early, which has been the problem, and do that walk with Hunter. And then I should be leaving the house by 6:45 every day to get to work. And so I'm thinking, okay, if I wake up at 6, I get myself ready, take him for his 15-minute walk, come back and have a little something. I was toying with the idea of making cottage cheese bowls because I don't love, I don't think that I like oats. Does that make sense? I've had them years and years and years ago, and by had them I mean a bite of them. And my husband loves overnight oats. He used to do overnight oats in the beginning of our journey so often. And then he switched to doing yogurts, and now he's back to doing some sort of overnight oat. He does it's supposed to be a banana nut type of overnight oat. I believe it's half of a banana mushed up, half of a cup of rolled oats, or are they rolled oats? Old-fashioned oats. Half of a cup of milk, a dash of cinnamon, a dash of salt. I put chia seeds in there for him. A teaspoon of vanilla and 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. And then he adds a little bit of chocolate chips. And he swears by it. And it always smells so good when did I say cinnamon? A dash of cinnamon? It always smells really good when I, mix it all together. So I kind of want something like that, but that's not oats in the mornings. Just because I wake up, I unintentionally do intermittent fasting, which I've always heard is good for PCOS. But then recently I heard that it's actually not good. So I don't know. I'll have to do a little more research on that. But I unintentionally do it because I wake up anywhere between 6 and 6:30. And then I don't eat my first anything until about 10 o'clock. So I figured if I'm going to be getting up and moving my body, especially if, once I start getting to the gym and everything again, my body needs some sort of fuel before 10 a.m. So I was trying to think of different types of cottage cheese bowls. I love cottage cheese. That would make it more protein packed, because I usually just do cottage cheese and pineapple, and I'll do that as a snack or something with some salt. But I was trying to think of something a little more hearty, something to give me a little bit more protein. Oh man, dang, I was doing so good. I didn't think we were gonna get a yawn today. So if you guys have any ideas, I was on Pinterest and of course TikTok looking for some ideas, and there were a lot of them. There was sweet bowls or savory bowls. The savory bowls actually looked really good. It was tomato, cucumber, hard-boiled egg, but I'm gonna be having a hard-boiled egg not that long after. Like I said, at 10 I always have the same thing, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I technically could. I just don't want to overpack myself with protein, because in the past that has been what's caused my kidney stones, and I'm still having all of a sudden again a little bit of that pain on my left side. So it was pretty bad this weekend, I might give the doctor a call and see. But I'm also supposed to be getting my period right now, and the last time it happened, I had my period. So I don't know if that's like coincidence. Although my period, I think, is like 3 days late. So who knows with that Flow app if it's even correct. But I've been taking that supplement, the inositol, consistently. And I thought I had some signs of my period, like almost being here, but then it never showed up. So maybe not as regular as I was expecting to be, especially because last month it was like a normal period for the first time. So, but yeah, that's the like savory bowl, and then the sweet bowl was like raspberries, blueberries, peanut butter, which there was like a peanut butter and jelly one. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I love peanut butter and jelly, and I love cottage cheese, but together, I don't know. So basically like a fruit one, or almost like a Mediterranean one. Some people put a little bit of like balsamic glaze on it. Peaches or apples and cinnamon was a big one. So yeah, I think I might try to do that because, like I said, I love cottage cheese. So I could also always use that as my first meal, and then for like another snack, do my apple, all that. But I'm gonna do what works. I just want to add in a little bit more protein to my mornings, like to my early mornings, I should say, and then go from there. But yeah, my stall is finally broken. Hallelujah. I needed that. I needed that little win. I was starting to get a little, like I said, a little concerned. Dang it. I'm so sorry. I hope me yawning in these videos never makes anybody else yawn on the other side of the phone. But I also think that it's been helpful that the weather has finally been nice, and like has broken from raining every day for like 2 weeks straight, it felt like. So that helps too. Today I think is only going to be a high of 81, which is like a little refreshing because it's been in the high 90s like every day. So that's nice too. Definitely be sure to get the kiddos that I nanny for outside and get some movement in throughout my day. I did order, or from last night from Walmart when we went to go grab our groceries, I got one of those little locks for like the lockers and stuff, because I haven't had one, and every time we go to the gym, I never know like what to like bring inside with me, so I always lock my purse in my car, like in my glove box, and then I use the key to lock the glove box, and then obviously lock my car. But I bought a little lock just so, once I start going consistently again, I can, not that I don't trust my gym, but like, you never know. But it was funny, I felt like I was in high school again using a locker lock. We stood in the aisle for so long trying to remember how to do the combination locks, because there were so many different types, but I didn't want to get a key one because then that's still, something I have to carry around, which that's the whole point of wanting to put things in my locker, so that I don't have to carry anything. So that's really all I got for today. But yeah, walking is so underrated. I'm mainly telling myself that because I just need to do it. I unfortunately with me too though, I do get in these like routines, I guess, of being like super active and like almost like hyper fixated on something. And sometimes that can be exercise for me, where I get like hyper fixated for a month or 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever, and then I like fall off of it for a while, which also has always been like my health journey. But I'm trying to do this with the least amount of pressure possible. That way I don't feel like forced to do it. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk because it's nice outside, or yeah, Hunter wants to go for a walk, so let's go. Like last night we went for a walk at almost midnight because Tim and I were meal prepping. We ended up going to the market, the grocery store super late because I was feeling that pain in my side, and I just was like, no. So he was making the meal plan while I was laying down, and then I like made him lay down with me because I wasn't feeling well, and then by that time it was like almost 7 o'clock, and I was like, okay, well, we need to go. Normally I'll do it online and I'll, do it for curbside pickup, and I always do it for early in the day, but we went to a concert on Saturday. I'll put some pictures up, and that's usually when I make my meal plan, and then I will order it for Sunday pickup, and then I just didn't do that this time. So we went into the store and got what we needed, but by the time we got home it was after like 9. Then by the time we cooked and got everything ready and all that shit, it was so late. Oh my god, oh, Lord. But he was like, kind of wanted to go out, and Tim and I were like, let's just bring him for a quick one. So we went for probably like 10 to 12 minute walk. And yeah, so I am absolutely exhausted, but I really think that that's what's helping this stall is all that walking. So if you can move those feet and legs today, even if it's for 1 minute, it feels good. It feels good mentally, it feels good physically, and I'm happy to be back on track with wanting to go. I did get Hunter a new leash. It's the kind that's hands-free, so I can either put it around like my chest and clip it, or I can put it around my waist and clip it. The last 2 times I've used it, I've put it around my waist, and I really like it. I like for him to be close to me, just because sometimes he likes to eat things off the ground, so I like to have the control of having him, like next to me. And this does allow him to go kind of far, but it has 2 sets of like actual handles on it that I can like grab if I need to. So when we're on the sidewalk walking, I tend to hold on to part of the leash. But if we were in the street, like last night we were in the street because no one's coming down our block at midnight. And it was so nice to just let him like, be able to kind of just be free in front of me, and he was so happy. I've actually noticed, this is so random, but I've actually noticed that when I do let him go, a lot of the times he'll walk somewhat next to me anyway. So very nice. It's making me like excited. I feel like new little gadgets make you excited to do things, and I really like that leash. So I'm happy that I purchased it. I got it off Amazon. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good Monday. Hope you had a great weekend, and I will see you tomorrow.